Welcome to the Next Gen Ag Teachers, tracking the AgFoodFibre supply chain for secondary teachers. This micro-credential aims to provide you understanding of the technology in agricultural supply chains by utilising an online platform known as Escavox. Escavox provides real-time tracking information of fresh produce as it moves from paddock to plate. You'll be able to understand the benefits of GPS technology in tracking supply chains, including improved transport efficiencies and reduced food wastage. Implement learning modules that provide students with opportunities to understand and explore the importance of temperature control and time management in maintaining food quality and safety throughout the supply chain. And develop strategies for using this GPS and sensor data to optimize logistics, identifying potential risks, and ensure food safety throughout the journey from farm to table. Now let's navigate to the micro-credential itself. Tracking the AgFoodFibre supply chain for secondary teachers is located on the Be Different platform. You'll be able to see the modules on the left-hand side here. Firstly, you'll start at Start Here, where we will acknowledge country. We'll provide a micro-credential overview linking the curriculum, provide a guide to how you succeed at this self-paced learning, and information on how you'll be assessed at the end. Module 1 introduces provenance and traceability. We introduce what provenance is, what traceability is, and the supply chain. We introduce what a wicked problem is and the current wicked problem of supply chains. We also have an example of a supply chain with potatoes in Australia, and this diagram shows the complexity of that supply chain. Module 2 introduces the Escavox program. We introduce here food wastage currently in place in Australia. We introduce Escavox as an Agri-tech startup with an interactive figure and provide you the link to get access to the website. We have a video and activity here and how you would go about accessing that website. We have another video and a breakdown on how you navigate the homepage once you're there. We also have some information on the terminology used on the dashboard. We also describe some of the different temperature alerts that you will see and have a knowledge check. Module 3 focuses on temperature and time using the Escavox platform. It introduces time and temperature and the voice of product score and looks at the importance of temperature in the cold chain supply. We provide video and step-by-step instructions on how you go about accessing the report available to you. Once you have the report, we also explain how you would go about getting the desired temperature ranges, and we've got some activity questions there for you to complete. And we have another knowledge check to make sure you're on the right track. Again, these knowledge checks can be implemented into your classroom lessons. Module 4 focuses on shelf life. Here we introduce what shelf life is and the different types of packaging can be used for meat products, as well as the shelf life ranges. We introduce some of the key considerations for impacts on meat safety when travelling through the supply chain. We discuss meat exportation, and we've got a case study here looking at the preferences of Japan. We've further developed this into a case study which you can navigate through. Looking at shelf life, we also go through how you access the report and the relevant information needed for this module. We can work through the shelf life calculations by downloading or exporting the data. We can use this exported data and Excel to create alerts. and we walk you through how you would go about creating your own alert. From the data exported, we can also calculate the remaining shelf life of the meat products when they've arrived at their destination. We also have a knowledge check for you to complete to make sure you're on the right track. Module 5 is looking at how you'd calculate carbon emissions for some of these freight options in the supply chain. So we introduce the consumer's preference for environmentally conscious supply chain and freight options. And we've introduced this carbon emission per tonne calculation that we will utilise throughout this module. We focus on cargo ships as well as planes. Firstly, we select a leg and we help you navigate to do so. So now that we've selected a leg, we also look at how you determine if it's been sent via air or sea. We've also got some spreadsheets for you to download. We can then look at calculating the flight path, so looking at the distance it would need if it was shipped via plane. Again, we can also look at the distance if the food product was shipped by cargo ship. We've also provided in-depth step-by-step guides on how you will go about calculating the carbon emissions based on the plane as well as the ship transportation, with some reflection as well. Module 6 is 3 lesson plans really aimed at capturing the learnings of this micro-credential into a lesson that you can deliver to your students. So it really explores that complexity of exporting meat products to international destinations. So it's split up into 3 parts, so understanding their factors, looking at the destination analysis, and providing a recommendation or summarization of their findings. Again, we've got all these into lesson plans which you can implement. Finally, you have an assessment which consists of 15 multiple choice questions, and upon completion, you'll be able to download your digital badge.